You're watching Champ Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. From the Times Union Center in Albany, New York, it's the MAAC Women's Championship game between the defending champion Quinnipiac Bobcats and the Iona Gales. Quinnipiac won the regular season title. They're on a 19-game winning streak. The Gales, the number 2 seed, looking to pull the upset. Now the Bobcats lost their leading scorer in the semifinals yesterday, Maria Napolitano, to a torn ACL. So she is out and will be on the bench here this afternoon, rooting on her teammates in hopes that they can pick her up and move on to the NCAA tournament. With former Marist Red Fox Julianne Biotti, I'm Doug Sherman. These are two of the ladies we'll be counting on here this afternoon.
Well, for Iona, Marina Lizarazu's performance yesterday was big time. She's their X factor, and Adelie Martucci gets the starting role today with Napolitano's injury, so she'll need to step it up.
All 10 players out on the floor ready to get this 2016 MAAC championship underway. Stratmane jumping center against Dupree, and it's the Gales who had the basketball first. And here is Marina Lizarazu, the transfer from Texas Tech, who is having a brilliant postseason at the point. Joy Adams steps around the defender, missed the shot, and the Bobcats have it. Carly Fabry misfires for the Bobcats, and she gets it back out and resets.
When we talked to Billy Godsey before the game, she did say, we've played them a few times this season, and we've let up defensively, so today it's going to be important. Iona doesn't give up defensively. Easy buckets for Quinnipiac.
Shot clock at 10. Here goes Fabry, the coach's daughter, Stratmane. Quick first step. With 3 on the shot clock, the shot is good, and a chance for 3. Erin McClure will head to the free throw line, the MAAC Rookie of the Year.
This is great poise by Quinnipiac. A nice drive by Stratmane to try to draw 2, and then Erin McClure has not been playing like a freshman this year. She has been such a tough player. She got the Rookie of the Year for a reason, and she's shining at the right time.
Whistle as the ball comes up floor. Stoppage in play for the official Kathleen Lonergan to go over to the scorer's table. And there are the other officials, Michael Schmidt and Keith Miller as well, working this title game here at the Times Union Center in Albany. Any guess, Julianne, what that was for?
It might have been a shot clock thing. I think they had to reset the shot clock.
There's a look at Tricia Fabry, the 2-time defending coach of the year in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Although they likely won't win 30 games this year for the first time in a while. Seems to be a regular occurrence there in Hamden, Connecticut. Quinnipiac has a 23-7 overall record. And oddly enough, they lost their first 3 conference games of the year, but have rattled off 19 straight since. And there's Billy Godsey, year number 3 for her. A Hofstra graduate. Her club comes in with a 22-11 overall record. And Iona's won 12 of its last 14 games. Here off the turnover comes Martucci. Adelie Martucci lays it in.
That's a nice job by Martucci, and I just said it in our opening comments. She's going to have to be one of the players to step it up, and it all starts on the defensive end for Quinnipiac. They can turn it into offense.
Lizarazu misses again. Second time she's had a layup and missed everything.
I think there's some nerves that we're seeing from Iona. Her and Adams both missed pretty badly to start.
Stratmane guarded by Joy Adams. Brittany Johnson puts it on the deck. She's cut off along the baseline, but Dupree is called for the foul.
This is a nice job. Good hands here. This is off the switch. Martucci gets out in front of the defense and scores in transition. And this is a well-oiled machine defensively. They know, they communicate with each other, and a good job. And that's the way to get easy buckets early.
Second personal foul on the 6'4" junior center from Milwaukee, Corinda Dupree.
And this start couldn't be any different from the last regular season game. These two teams just faced about a week ago. Iona came out to, I think, a 9 or 10-0 start. And today, Tricia Fabry said, we can't start out that way again. They had to crawl out of a hole.
Treyana Clay has come off the Iona bench. 6-foot freshman from Tucson, Arizona. Down 5-0. Iona with the basketball, trying to push it up. Lizarazu gives to Robinson, the three. Off the mark. Long rebound comes to Fabry.
That's a quick shot. Iona hasn't gotten a good one yet.
Fabry feeds the post to McClure. Here comes the double team. Pass it back out. Into the corner, Fabry. Sophomore from Stratford, Connecticut, misfires on her first attempt. Quick release. Robinson, no. She's 0 for 2. Long rebound to Fabry.
I don't like the quick shots by Iona. They're not moving the ball well. Of course, I'm all for it if you're in transition and wide open, but I think they've got to work the ball a little bit.
Last year, this Quinnipiac team went 31-4, but they graduated their entire starting unit. There are only 2 current women on this roster who played any sort of role a year ago. Martucci going to be called for the offensive foul. So there are the numbers for this year's Quinnipiac team. And Julianne, it really is remarkable how Coach Fabry has just reloaded.
It's incredible. And I talked to her before, during the season. I've been talking to her about it. She said, you know, nobody thought we could do it. Nobody thought we could get this far. And we've done it with a brand new team, basically. There's only 2 players back that really played any kind of role last year. So she's got a lot of sophomores here in the lineup. She's got a couple of freshmen. And they had a hard time early on where they didn't really know each other's strengths and weaknesses. But about 9 games into it, they changed their style of offense. And since then, they have not looked back.
All right, they recruited a terrific freshman class, and those role players from a year ago stepped up into leadership roles. And in talking to Coach Fabry, you can see it on her face how much she enjoys her team this year. Meanwhile, for Iona, their only 2 losses in the last month plus have come at the hands of Quinnipiac. They've won 12 of 14 overall.
They've had a tremendous season, and they're perhaps the most athletic team in the conference, and they're difficult for teams to match up with because of that, and they've had a good season too. They started out 0-4 and made it all the way to second place in the regular season, so they've had a nice season.
Foul against Sarah Schuin, her first, one of those holdovers from a year ago, sophomore from Russell, Ontario.
And Iona's a little bit older. They're more seasoned, although they have never won a MAAC championship. They haven't. It's unbelievable. But Quinnipiac is pretty young. They have, but it's a brand new team.
Now, this is only Quinnipiac's 3rd year in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, and they've made it to the championship game every year. They lost 2 years ago to Marist and then beat the Red Foxes for the 2015 title. A couple of misses near the rim for the Bobcats. Joy Adams.
Joy just has to settle herself in transition. She's overshooting and overthinking.
Well, she is just a marvelous story. The 5'11 senior from Orlando, Florida. 4th in the league in scoring, tops in rebounding for 4 years running. I mean, she is 4th all-time in the history of NCAA women's basketball in career rebound.
Yeah, she's a double-double machine. You look up, and this season she had 20 rebounds at times. I mean, this is a player that really crashes the glass, and she's only 5'11", but she's a hustler.
Erin McClure drives, kicks to Mans, back out to Martucci. Mans crashing the offensive boards, and then the reach-in foul goes against the Gales.
It's really going to be pivotal that Iona boxes out. They've got to put a body on someone because Quinnipiac is easily walking in and grabbing rebounds, and those are second opportunities that could come back to bite you.
Alicia Gilmore picked up the foul. She heads out. Erin McClure leaves for the Bobcats, and Adele Thornton is checked in for the first time. Midway through this first quarter here in Albany of the 2016 MAAC Championship, it's been all Bobcats, the reigning conference champs. Spotmanet, pass inside. Schuin goes to the floor, and Iona comes away with it.
Looked like she got away with a travel.
Here comes Adams, spins into the lane, fakes the defenders, and the Gales are finally on the board.
Wow, what a move. That's the kind of thing Joy Adams is good at and has the ability to do. And a nice job creating her own shot in transition. Iona's better when they're running the ball.
She is winding down one of the dominant careers in the history of this conference. Timeout on the floor will step away with the Bobcats up early.
MAAC women's basketball is in the forefront because of you. ESPN, social media, our brand. It's visible, it's out there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for making women's basketball as big and as best as it can be.
And we also appreciate you on MAAC, ADs, and SWAT side.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud to support and equip hundreds of Team USA contenders so they can achieve their Olympic dreams. And Wall Clippers and Trimmers, real guys, real grooming. Visit wallrealguys.com.
There's no place like it in the world, especially in the winter. Whether it's on the ice or hitting the slopes, New York State is a winter wonderland. And your trip, IonaNewYork.com. Now please welcome the Iona cheer team.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud to support and equip hundreds of Team USA contenders so they can achieve their Olympic dreams. And Wall Clippers and Trimmers, real guys, real grooming. Visit wallrealguys.com. This is the fourth time the Iona Gales have reached the MAAC championship game, yet they have never won a championship game. Welcome back, everybody, along with former Marist Red Fox Julianne Vianney. I am Doug Sherman, and for them to get past Marist in the semifinal round yesterday meant a lot for Iona.
It really did. I think it was just a confidence booster. It's been so long since they've been able to beat Marist at that level that I think it's only helping them going into this game to beat Quinnipiac. And Marina Lizarazu is just an unbelievable player, and she came out guns hot yesterday. She was the reason why they won. She was their X factor, and it's been that way all year with her. She's just the floor manager for this team.
Stratmane with the bucket. She's having a big MAAC tournament, 18 in the Friday quarterfinal win over Niagara. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals yesterday in the semis. Joy Adams giving up size, but doesn't matter. She's going to get herself to the free throw line.
And that's the thing Iona did well yesterday against Marist, too. They got to the free throw line. I think it's important that they take it off the bounce and get there.
Adams connects.
And Adams is a player who, in the beginning of the year, struggled a bit offensively because she felt that need to take over this team after losing to Mika Martinez, who was the top scorer in the MAAC of all time. So it was hard losing her. And so she had all this pressure on her, but she's improved so much throughout the season and become such a leader for this team.
And she's known for her rebounding, but she is just about to be the #2 all-time scorer in Iona women's basketball history. Of course, she'll never catch D'Amica Martinez's 2,569 points. Off the steal, the Gales are back within a point.
Really nice hustle and a good answer to Quinnipiac's early start. You can't allow them to get on runs, and they're responding.
Brianna Clay becomes the first Gale besides Joy Adams to score. Oh, good answer now for Iona coming out of that break. They seem to have caught their wind and maybe exhale a little bit. Brittany Martin holds the ball overhead. Martin penetrates up off the window, and it's a shot clock violation. On ESPN2, Champ Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods rolls on tonight at 7 Eastern with the American Women's Championship game. South Florida takes on Brianna Stewart and UConn. The Lady Huskies go for their 3rd straight conference title. Never lost a conference game since joining the American, now 62-0.
They've been unbelievable, but South Florida gave them a game, and they scared them just a week or two ago when they played each other at the end of the regular season. So it should be interesting. They've got everybody back healthy now, and they've got to face UConn. They've got Jenkins back, who was injured for a while. They are missing their best shooter in Latska. And obviously UConn gets that #1 seed here, but these are all right. There really aren't a ton of upsets in women's basketball when you get to the best seeds like you see in the men's game.
Strautmanet gets the first. Brittany Johnson returns. And Morgan Manns goes out. And Clay has gone out with 2 personal fouls for the Gales. Alexis Lewis has come off the bench, one of the freshmen for Billy Gotze. Robinson pulls it back out. Lizarazu, tough shot in the lane. And the Gales are back in front.
That's a pretty little floater, and she did that a lot yesterday in the semifinal game. And you need to have that move in your repertoire when you're not real big, but you can get into the lane.
McClure, a matchup nightmare, able to post up a smaller defender.
Yeah, it's a big matchup problem right there, and a nice job by Quinnipiac recognizing it, and then McClure went straight to the block and posted up.
And Iona certainly knows all about the scoring prowess of Miss McClure. She went for a career-high 22 against the Gales just under a month ago when she went 10 for 16 from the floor. Lizarazu again.
And she is so good off the bounce, and she's just playing like such a veteran in this tournament. And this is when you want to see your players peak and play with that hunger.
There you see, after a slow start, the Gales have made their last 5 from the floor. McClure again, Adams hedging that way, but no double team. McClure goes to the left hand and missed it. Strautmanet keeps it alive, but it's Iona with the basketball. Into the corner, Lewis. A little long.
And against Marist, Iona was hitting those shots. I mean, they were shooting very well from the perimeter.
Final minute of the first quarter here in Albany. Iona walks it up. Adams gets run into. Foul against Martucci.
A rough start for Iona, but Lizarazu is starting to come on strong, and she's taking it to the bucket here. Nice little floater in the lane. She's really good off the bounce because she creates her own shot with her dribble. She stays really low to the ground, and that gives her that extra gear to get to the hoop.
Well, she played her freshman year, as mentioned, at Texas Tech. Started 21 games, but then with a coaching change, she assessed where she was and what she wanted to do, and the coaching staffs at Texas Tech and Iona knew each other, and they came together and figured out that Iona in New Rochelle, New York is going to be a good landing spot for
Billy
her.
Godsey said to us before the game, we fought for her. There was us and a few other schools that she was looking at, and we were so happy to get her because we wanted her bad. I mean, she is a good player. You look at that behind the back. She can handle the ball like no other in the league. And I just like the way she manages the game. I think it's important in the MAAC to get players sometimes that are a little above the level, because then you can win championships that way.
Final 5 seconds of the first quarter. Lizarazu again into the lane. Can't make it 3 in a row. Got a good look. And a nice answer for Iona on an 11-2 run to take a 2-point lead into the end of the first quarter. Well, the Bobcats have been breaking streaks since joining the MAAC. Of course, Marist was the team to beat year in and year out. All those championships in a row. Their most recent title came in beating the Bobcats in 2014. But then last year, Quinnipiac knocked out Marist, and really we have felt a changing of the guard at the top of this conference, and that has continued today. And there you see the Marist head coach, Brian Georges. I saw him as he walked into the arena just before tip-off, and he said to me, boy, I haven't been on this side in a long time.
Yeah, he sure hasn't. And I got the privilege to play for this guy during that reign in that period of time. And it's certainly a weird thing for him to be a fan. But for so many years, he really did dominate the program. But, you know, it happens eventually. And he had a rebuilding year this year. Reloading, actually. So Quinnipiac's done a good job coming into this league and having to prove themselves in a new league, because you really do have to prove yourself. They did it in the NEC, but they're doing it here too.
Yeah, they won 30 games in their final year in the NEC and then did it in their first year in the MAAC as well. It really has been a tremendous run for Coach Fabry in her 21st year as head coach. Of course, she's very familiar to the MAAC because she was a star player at Fairfield in her undergraduate days. Another layup by Lizarazu.
She has really come to play today, and in this entire tournament, she's just taking it off the bounce. She's got that ability, and nobody's rotating properly on Quinnipiac to help out.
Foul from behind by Aaliyah Robinson, trying to deny the entry pass into McClure.
Liz Arazu has had the biggest growth and development on this team. Look at how she's able to back down. She feels the defender and where she's at, knows which way to turn. She's just a really heady point guard.
And she plays with the Spanish national team. She's from Madrid and has another year remaining of eligibility next season. Fabry at the point. Erin McClure again able to get where she wants to be in the paint.
And she has not played like a freshman this year. She's just so long and creates matchup problems at 5'11". She's got that tweener type body where players have a hard time covering her.
Well, it really is fascinating that this Quinnipiac team, as good as they are, as Joy Adams misses the layup, they're playing in the league championship game without a single player averaging double figures.
It just goes to show how well balanced they are, and that's why they're hard to scout, because on any given night, someone else steps it up, and they do it by committee.
McClure misses on the jump shot. She had a double-double in the semifinal win over Monmouth with 10 points, 12 rebounds. And she is the leading scorer right now with 7. Liz Arazu's got 6 for Iona. She has the basketball directing traffic. Adams' pass deflected. Liz Arazu tracks it down in the corner.
And she sees she's quicker than Thornton. She's taking it off the bounce.
Next Monday, March 14th, is Selection Monday, presented by Capital One, and we'll have the exclusive live announcement of the 64-team NCAA Women's Championship field again this year, 7 Eastern on ESPN, with a bonus hour of coverage at 8 o'clock here on ESPNU. Kevin Nagandi, Kara Lawson, and Rebecca Lobo will break down every team and matchup in each region, and it'll also be streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Nice ball movement to find Sarah Schuin for 2.
Really nice high-low, and those two really do that well, and Quinnipiac looks for it. You got to be ready to rotate on the help side.
And Schuin is making 65% of her shots here this week in Albany. Lewis. Nice answer at the other end for the freshman.
You knew that was good going in, because when she came up, she set her feet and she stroked it. And that's the way to stretch the defense out. Iona's got that ability.
Bobcats down 3 with the basketball. Under 7 minutes until halftime. Strautmanet kicks it back out. Under 10 to shoot. Thornton back inside to Schuin. To the left hand. No good. Fight for the rebound between two Gales. It's Lewis who pulls it away. Liz Arazu around Thornton. The pull-up. Front rimmed it. Thornton pulls the rebound.
That's definitely a matchup problem. I think Liz Arazu is much quicker than Thornton, and she's noticing it and really utilizing it.
Into McClure. Still no double team. To the left hand. Missed the layup this time. One and done as Joy Adams will dribble up herself.
Quinnipiac's better when they move the basketball.
Adams through contact.
If you take a quick shot, in a game like this, you get two teams that are very adept at scoring, and the other team's going to make you pay. So quick shots are not going to lead to good things necessarily.
Into a triple team, and we've got a foul called against the Gales. Well, how much are they missing Maria Napolitano as they are without their leading scorer after she suffered the torn ACL yesterday?
Well, she has been anchoring the group all year long on both the defensive and offensive end. And I remember in the beginning of the year, Trisha Fabry said she's a candidate for Player of the Year. So although she only averages about 12 points a game or 11 points a game, she does a lot of other things. So, yeah, you rely on a player like that. She's a senior, and there's a lot of youth under her. And there's just that sense of ease when she was on the floor. So it does change things, not having her out there.
She made second team all-conference this year. Was last year's conference 6th player of the year on that terrific championship squad. Fabry, bounce it back, Mans. Good set for the Bobcats. Back to a three-point game.
But there are so many weapons that the Bobcats can go to, and Mans is one of them. She comes off the bench, but She's got a terrific shooting percentage.
Adams passed up the layup for an open three. Lewis connects.
That was smart, and you see Adams just getting so excited, and that was an unselfish play, knowing Lewis is a good shooter.
Right there, you see one of the all-time greats in program history, Joy Adams, passing to the future of the Iona program. Lewis averaging nearly 9 points, 5 rebounds a game. She's knocked down a couple of threes, has Iona's lead at a half a dozen.
And she's a player that doesn't get rattled. She's young, but she doesn't get rattled.
Lizarazu again causing trouble off the bounce for the Bobcats. Quinnipiac calls timeout. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by I Love New York. Winter in New York State, there's something for everyone. Plan your trip at iloveny.com. Those are some of the images from yesterday's semifinal win over Monmouth. Quinnipiac's last loss came back on January 2nd at Monmouth. In the meantime, they have won 19 in a row, tied for the 5th longest active win streak in the nation.
Yeah, they have done a tremendous job, and like I said a little bit earlier in the broadcast, they changed their style a little bit, their offense. They realized after about 9 or 10 games what their strengths and weaknesses were with this young group, and kind of threw in some wrinkles, and they have not looked back. They've done so well since.
Joy Adams with her 3rd rebound for the Gales.
And this year they don't have that back to the basket post presence that they had in the past, so they've tweaked some things in their motion.
Lizarazu runs into a double team, and she's tied up by McClure. The possession arrow will stay at this end. Julianne, how surprised are you right now that Iona is leading Quinnipiac by 8?
Well, I'm not surprised. I actually figured that Iona was going to bring their best today, and if they pick any day to do it, it's today. And this can be a game of runs. I've seen these two teams go at it all year, and you just never know who's going to go on a run, and that's why you can't fall asleep to either team, because you can look up and Quinnipiac can be up all of a sudden by 8 too. So it's going to be a back and forth thing.
Rebounding foul goes against Joy Adams.
But I am impressed with how Iona responded to Quinnipiac's quick early baskets.
First foul on Adams as Coach Godsey encourages her club. And just 8 days ago, in New Rochelle on Senior Day for Iona, the Gales lost to these Bobcats 69-53. Certainly at this point, a much different story here in Albany. Big rebound for Adams.
You got that right, Doug. And this is what really matters. You can throw out the rest of the season, and you get into MAAC tournament play, and this is what matters and what you play for all year.
Stropmane got a hand on that shot. Here comes Fabry back at the other end. Spotting up Mans off the mark for 3.
And Mans just rushing that shot.
There's an injured Bobcat on the floor. It's Stropmane, and she is still down on her knees as play continues. 5-on-4. Lewis. Adams tries to give it back to Lewis, who drives to the bucket and scores. And now they will tend to Stropmane.
Yeah, that was 5-on-4. Really played Iona's advantage, and Stropmane is down, which would be a huge problem because she is another pivotal piece to this team. And I didn't see what happened. I just saw her fall.
She has been so good here today and so good throughout the season. During the 19-game winning streak, she's been their leading scorer at over 11 points per game.
Well, it's good to see her get up.
A member of the MAAC all-rookie team, and she's trying to determine how much weight she wants to try and put on that foot.
Well, it's good to see her walking.
Yesterday it was Maria Napolitano, as you just saw her, going out with injury. And as we take another look
at number 4 right there in white, she looked like she just came down on that left foot the wrong way. Well, hopefully that's not anything serious.
3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Johnson has come back in. She's got the ball. Give it back to Fabry out front. The sophomore point guard eyes this Iona defense. Whistle and a foul off the ball against Mans, who puts up an argument with the official to no avail.
And this is a situation where Iona's got to take advantage of Stropmane being out of the game. And this was the call, and Mans trying to post up. Looked like they called her on the push-off with her left arm. And she's not happy.
Yeah, second foul on Morgan Mans, who at 6'1", had a big height advantage over Felicia Gilmore, but couldn't take advantage. Gilmore. Offensive foul. Nice job by Brittany Johnson, the sophomore from Pickerington, Ohio, to stand her ground. Gilmore picks up her second foul as the training staff continues to tend to the injured Bobcat. So Gilmore goes out with the 2 fouls. And Treyana Clay, who had 5 early points, comes back in. Stropmane testing out to see how she's doing. Asking for some divine intervention.
And that's just a forced pass in the paint. And Quinnipiac's got more turnovers than they typically have. And that's their 8th turnover of the day. They're typically pretty good at taking care of the ball.
Lizarazu turns the corner. Again, able to get to the basket. This time, though, not able to finish.
She's easily getting there, though. I mean, she is slicing the lane, and nobody is rotating.
No.
And she's got to keep doing it until somebody stops her.
Mid-post, McClure. And now the foul comes on the rebound. Brittany Johnson gets the personal. And while play has been continuing, Strautmanet has been walked back to the trainer's room for more treatment. First foul on Brittany Johnson is Coach Fabry is once again having to adjust.
Yeah.
Lewis already with 8 points. Puts up an air ball. Under a minute to go in the half. Fabry picks up her dribble, goes to the left hand. Can't get the roll. Thornton crashes the glass. She puts it up, and it trickles off the rim as well. And then a foul is called after the rebound. And it'll go against Brittany Johnson, her second.
And there's some definite foul trouble here for Quinnipiac. And I think that Iona looks really good on the defensive end. They're just moving very well.
And the Bobcats are in a scoring drought. You see the Iona run over the last 6.5 minutes. McClure trying to stay in front of Lizarazu. Can't do it. Perfect timing to find Adams. Diving to the bucket. That's 8 points for the senior from Florida. Erin McClure banks it in. She's got 9. And a timeout comes from the Iona bench. Coming up on our Volkswagen halftime report, Joe Lenardi's bubble teams on the men's side. And we'll also have our Wooden Award top 15 finalists. Take another look at Lizarazu's last drive. Now she's been looking for her own shot. Better job defensively to help by the Bobcats. But like a well-oiled machine, she had Joy Adams diving along the baseline. They timed it out perfectly, and one of the best 1-2 combinations in the MAAC, able to convert for Iona. The lead is 10. Well, let's take a look at the WCC bracket. The semifinals are today, 3 o'clock Eastern, Santa Clara against BYU, followed by St. Mary's in San Francisco. And you can see the championship game tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPNU. All those games being played out in Las Vegas. Final 8 seconds of the half here in Albany of the MAAC championship game. And an offensive foul called against Lizarazu. And that is her second foul. That will give the Bobcats a chance to get up one final shot before the intermission. Fabry, 2 seconds. At the buzzer, it's an air ball. Thornton couldn't convert. And Iona, the number 2 seed, leading the number 1 seed, Quinnipiac, by 10. 3 different Gales, rather, have 8 points apiece. Adams, Lewis, and Lizarazu. We send it over to Julianne with Coach Fabry.
Coach, anything surprise you about that first half?
Yeah, just how much we struggled offensively. We got out to a really good start, and Iona didn't put the ball in the basket. But we've been here before down 10, so we just want to make sure Paula's okay. Adelie got 2 fouls, and we hung in there. So we've been in here, this position before against Iona. We hung in here, so we need to get regrouped at halftime.
Well, you're down 2 of your top players. How do you guys respond, and what do you need to do in the second half without them?
We've been a great team all year long, and it's always been somebody different. So I think we need to be a little bit tougher. We need this halftime right now to regroup, get our composure, come back for the next 20 minutes.
Are there any specific adjustments you feel you have to make offensively in the second half?
Yeah, I think we need to get the ball inside. Our guards are not finding the post inside for whatever reason. We got to get the ball inside to Aaron McClure's having a big half, and we need to get it inside, and we need to be settled and composed, shooting the ball on the outside.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Her Bobcats led by 5 early, but the Gales turned the tables.
It's not flash. So you don't know that she can't throw the ball from the top to the elbow because you never come up. She's staying down low. Yes, we can throw that. She stayed on the block and her point could not throw the ball. You're right. But if she comes up and runs up against the ball from the other ring line or the elbow, she's going to be unguarded and she's going to be one-on-one.
We'll all try it. So when the kids sit in here,
don't try it. Don't try it. Clean up the shot.
It's probably a dodge. Is she not?
It's the same team we played against. And I feel like there's not many excuses for it. The plays that we run for. Good. Can I get him?
Attention to defense stays up this entire break. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So they got 4 offensive rebounds in that first segment, and we held them to 4 the rest of the way through. They don't get any more. Do we understand that?
Yes.
We box out on every single shot, and we hold them to 1 shot every time down the floor. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Offensively, settle down. We don't need a hero. We need to move the ball. We need to find good shots. Great shots instead of good shots. Does everybody understand that? Yes. We don't need the contested jump shot. We don't need the drive to the rim in transition. We can get great shots when we set great screens for each other and we move the ball. Right now we have 3 assists. How many do we want?
16 to 20.
Yes, and they're in there talking about stepping in and taking charges, right? Mm-hmm. They're telling them to get in there and take charges. Well, who's open? The kid. The one more, right? Move the ball. Stay settled and locked into what we're doing. So they're face guarding you, right? They're not giving you any room to breathe in the half-court set. But you're opening up the floor for everybody else to score. But in transition, I want to see you bust your ass to that corner so they have to chase you so you get an opportunity to shoot it. Do you understand me? Don't worry about them face guarding you. We've got plenty of other people who can knock down shots. But that's who we are, right? We play together. We move the ball. We stay together. Don't force anything. We lock to our defensive standard. We stay settled offensively, and we take the great shot instead of the good shot. Do we understand that?
Yes.
So last time out, they came out raring. They rattled off 9 points in about a minute and a half against us, right? Mm-hmm. We do not relax. Now is when you turn it up, the energy, the standard, the attention to detail. Your huddles are tight. Your energy's into each other. We make it about us for 20 more minutes, and we go get our Compete on 3. 1, 2, 3. Compete. Let's go. Locked into what we're doing. So they're face guarding you, right? They're not giving you any room to breathe in the half-court set. But you're opening up the floor for everybody else to score. But in transition, I want to see you bust your ass to that corner so they have to chase you so you get an opportunity to shoot it. Do you understand me? Don't worry about them face guarding you. We've got plenty of other people who can knock down shots. But that's who we are, right? We play together. We move the ball. We stay together. Don't force anything. We lock to our defensive standards. We play together. We move. We play together.
You're watching Champ Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Halftime in Albany, New York at the 2016 MAAC Championship game with Iona leading Quinnipiac by 10. And a moment ago, the Gales head coach, Billy Gotze, addressed her team in the locker room.
We play together. We move the ball. We stay together. Don't force anything. We lock to our defensive standard. We stay settled offensively, and we take the great shot instead of the good shot. Do we understand that?
Yes.
So last time out, they came out raring. They rattled off 9 points in about a minute and a half against us, right? Mm-hmm. We do not relax. Now is when you turn it up. The energy, the standard, the attention to detail. Your huddles are tight. Your energy's into each other. We make it about us for 20 more minutes, and we go get our
20 minutes from a possible NCAA tournament bid. And welcome back, everybody. Doug Sherman along with former Marist Red Fox Julianne Biani. And that kind of speech gets you fired up.
It would fire me up if I was sitting there because she's absolutely right. This is it. I mean, you can't let up on the energy side of things, and you've got to continue to do what you do well. And the last time these two guys met about a week ago, the second half, they let up. So they can't relax going into the second half here.
Well, Quinnipiac, the regular season champion, is going to have to respond here in the third quarter if they want to erase that 10-point deficit. Let's show you the first half highlights to see where we got to this point.
For Iona, Marina Lizarazu has carried over her game into the championship. All weekend she's been playing with so much poise and tenacity, and she's got an ability to take it off the bounce. Whoever's been covering her, and it doesn't matter who is on her, she's got a quickness about her that's able to get by her, and she's making other players better, whether she's scoring or kicking. She's the one facilitating things for Iona. She's got to continue to do it. And then Lewis has hit a couple of big shots, and this was a nice penetration by Joy Adams. She's been very unselfish this season, making others better. And on the other side for Quinnipiac, it's been the McClure show. She's got to continue to see the basketball and get a touch every single possession because they've got to go inside her. I think she's got an advantage on the post play of Iona. So I think that you're going to see them looking to pound it into her in the second half here.
And, you know, she is 4 of 8 from the floor. Her teammates combined are 4 for 25. And so clearly McClure is where you need to go for the Bobcats as we see our first half statistics.
And what's interesting here is Quinnipiac is typically a good three-point shooting team. They're 0 of 7 right now. And so they have not hit a perimeter shot yet. So it should be interesting to see if they start to light it up at all in the second half.
And again, the other part of the story is that Paula Strautmanet, who went down with an injury during that second quarter and went to the locker room, has yet to emerge. She's the second player in 2 days, key player. Quinnipiac has lost to injury. Yesterday it was Maria Napolitano who tore her ACL, so she's sitting and watching and unable to do anything about this 10-point deficit. And we still haven't received word about Strautmanet, whether or not she will be able to come back at all here in the second half. So without her, Sarah Schuin gets the start for Strautmanet to begin this third quarter.
Listen, this isn't the same team without Strautmanet in the game. I mean, I've watched them all year, and she has a grit about her and an ability to take over games at the end. And she looks like she's walking back. I wouldn't be surprised if she toughs it out and gets back in there. But they need her on the floor, so it's really tough not having her. And can Iona take advantage of this?
Either way, as Coach Fabry told you as we went into the halftime locker room, basically it's just next woman up. We have a program that's bigger than any one player.
They do, but there's something about Strautmanet that adds something, but that's the way to start out.
Yeah, the coach's daughter, Carly Fabry, has her first 3 points, and the lead is down to 7.
They didn't make a 3 in the first half, so Quinnipiac is a good shooting team.
0 for 7 in that first half from distance. Now 1 for 1 to begin this third quarter. Lizarazu at the point for Iona. She's one of 3 Gales with 8 points. The leading scorer in the game is McClure for the Bobcats with 9. Jump shot good by Corinda Dupree. She has her first 2 points. Dupree picked up 2 early fouls in that first quarter and spent most of the half on the bench. Nobody yet in this game has as many as 3 fouls. Blocking foul as McClure went to work.
And Carly Fabry, Coach Fabry's daughter, stepping up, trying to fire up the team here. She's been their floor manager all year, and they have not hit a 3 in the first half, so a really good way to start this third quarter. And this is all about momentum. You want to start out this third quarter guns hot and ready to go.
McClure back out front. Natalie Martucci saw her time limited in the first half because of fouls as well. Another three-point try off the mark by Johnson. Nice ball movement to find Adams on the post.
And great steal by Adams, and that's all because of the ball reversal. And you heard Billy Gonzi saying that in the locker room at halftime. We've got to keep moving the ball, and that was a terrific possession.
Martucci misfires, so the Bobcats now 1 of 10 from the three-point line.
Settling, one and done.
3 at the other end off the mark by Gilmore. Here comes Fabry, 2 on 3. Into the lane, she spins, missed the layup, and Adams hustling back for the rebound. And that right there is how you become the 4th all-time rebounder in NCAA history. Joy Adams is really a joy to watch. The coach told us before the ball game she's really a sweetheart by nature. She's soft-spoken. She's the first one to help out the managers, and she goes down really hard.
She's so tough.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to get her out of this ball game. 3rd personal foul on Brittany Johnson, non-shooting foul.
And this is how much Joy wants the basketball. She's posting up. She's very smart. She feels where the defense is, and then she turns, and the defense that time turned their head just slightly and lost Joy, but she's working hard on the block.
Yeah, she posts as hard as anybody. In the lane again. Looked like McClure may have gotten a piece of it.
She also realizes Stroutman has been out. It's time for me to try to take over inside the paint.
In and out for Schuin, and again settling for a quick 3.
Yeah, I don't like the shot selection for Quinnipiac. They typically move the ball, and they're not doing it. They're getting down the court and shooting within 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Now we have a great sign over at the scorer's table as Liza Razu lays it in again. She's got 10. Most of it coming just like that.
She can do it at will. She's so much quicker off the bounce, and she's got good handle. And there is nobody that's stepping up to stop and rotate.
At the scorer's table is Paula Stroutman. She'll check in at the next stoppage for the Bobcats. Inside they go, and the bucket is good for Schuin.
And they needed that, and I think Quinnipiac's got to continue to go inside to Schuin. Between her and McClure, they've got to see touches.
Lizarazu pass to the corner. Gilmore hit the side of the backboard, and Fabry picks it up for the Bobcats. Well, this young lady is a freshman, Carly Fabry. Didn't play very much. Played a much bigger role this year. Natalie Martucci, 5 points, and Quinnipiac back within 8.
And you leave your hand down at all, and Martucci is going to put it up.
Tried to find the cutting Adams, and the Gales turn it over. And there is Stroutman coming back in, along with Morgan Mann. So terrific to see her return. We weren't sure when she left and went back to the locker room in the second quarter.
Real good to see her and see if that injury affects her at all. But she looks like she's moving pretty well right now on the floor.
Brittany Martin, freshman from Sicklerville, New Jersey, at the point for Quinnipiac. She has replaced Fabry. Here's Stroutman moving well, missing her first shot.
Well, that's a foul, yep. And Mans has had a couple of those today. And there's really no need. Because Adams can't do anything with it there, and that's her 3rd foul. You've got to be smarter than that.
Technical foul on the Quinnipiac bench. And it comes on the bench, we presume from one of the assistant coaches. 3rd team foul. And so Lizarazu, a 65% foul shooter, goes to the line to shoot 2 for Iona.
You don't see her miss too many of those.
Now, Coach Fabry does not seem too bothered by the technical or by anything. She has a calm demeanor, trying to project that to her team as the regular season champs try to rally from down 9.
Well, she doesn't get rattled too easily. Trisha's very cool and collective, and she's a competitor, and she really believes in her team, and they play a lot like her. She's a feisty, smart coach, and I've seen them go on some crazy runs. So they've come up from being down, and this is a team that responds.
Lewis and Adams is going to be called for the tripping foul. Take a look at the top of your screen on the technical foul here.
And I think it was on Mountain McGilvery. Yep, their assistant coach. This is his end of the season with Trisha Fabry.
Aaron McClure now into double figures.
McClure can do that all day. I mean, she is so tough inside and creates a matchup problem because of her versatility. Posts have a hard time covering her.
4:45 remaining in the quarter. Lewis back to Lizarazu. High post Adams puts it on the floor and loses it. McClure sees the numbers are not in her favor and pulls it to the corner. Mans back to Fabry. Martucci trying for a second straight 3, and she's got it. The junior from Waterford, Connecticut, makes it a 4-point ball game.
She's coming up big, and she's got that spring in her step, and 10-1 run here for Quinnipiac.
Trying to win it for Maria Napolitano, their lead scorer, who was out for the season with a knee injury. Well, we talked in the open about Marina Lizarazu and Adelie Martucci having to step up for their teams, both doing their best right now. Lizarazu getting to the basket at will. She's got 11 points to lead the Gales, but it's Martucci with consecutive threes here in the third quarter to draw the Bobcats within 4. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the 2016 MAAC Basketball Championships. For information, visit macsports.com/basketball. It took the Quinnipiac Bobcats just 2 years in the league to win their first MAAC championship. Meanwhile, Iona, a charter member dating back to 1981-82, still looking for its first MAAC title. The Gales 3 times previously have made it this far, but in 2007, 2008, and 2013, they met and lost to Marist. And so Coach Godsey hoping to reverse that trend. Marist is not here, and they are up on Quinnipiac with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lizarazu, step back from the free throw line. She's got it, 13 points for the junior from Madrid.
She is such a pretty shot, and she's got that little step back move and the great mid-range. I mean, when players are covering her drive, she's got the mid-range jumper.
Strautmanet, nice pass to Mans, who then traveled. Good set for the Bobcats, just couldn't finish it.
Mans a little frazzled today.
And we've got a timeout on the floor here in Albany, New York. Coach Fabry trying to get her Bobcats back over the hump.
Unprecedented third-time most outstanding player, Brianna Stewart.
Is there any way to stop her? Brianna Stewart makes your life difficult.
Unprecedented third-time most outstanding player, Brianna Stewart.
And the brilliant talent that is Brianna Stewart will be on display tonight, 7 o'clock ESPN2. A huge game. Championship for the American Conference against 20th-ranked South Florida.
You just can't pump this game up enough. I mean, UConn is unbelievable. I don't know that there's a team in the country that can beat them, but USF played with them really well just a week ago. I mean, Jose Fernandez has them playing better than I've seen them, and they've got an amazing player in Courtney Williams. I mean, she's one of the best players in the country, so I'm really excited to watch this game tonight.
You know, Brianna Stewart has played in this building multiple times. She grew up a couple hours to the east of here and went to Cicero North Syracuse High School and won state championships here in Albany.
Yep.
And then last year on UConn's way to the Final Four and another championship, They won a couple of games right here in this building, including against a very good Dayton team to make it to the Final Four.
She's an unbelievable player, and she'll be the ¡1 WNBA pick for sure, and I think Seattle gets that pick, so pretty sure she's going to be in Seattle next year.
38-32, Iona holding on to a 6-point lead that was once 13 as we take another look at a no call.
That's an interesting no call. I think it needed to be a foul, and Lizarazu was actually late on the rotation. It should have been a block.
Strautman a no. Iona basketball. Brittany Johnson was the last to touch. Aaliyah Robinson returns, replacing Freyanna Clay. One of 3 Arizonans on this Iona roster. You've got only 1 New Yorker on the Iona basketball roster. You've got 3 from Arizona. You've got one from Tennessee, from Florida, from Wisconsin, and as far away as Madrid, Spain, truly a national recruiter. Robinson's from a little nearer to New Rochelle, New York, from Branford, Connecticut.
Big shot. And Robinson has come up with some really timely shots in this tournament.
Block shot, Dupree. Iona's got it.
And so far, Iona's been able to maintain this momentum in the third quarter.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Adams spins on McClure. Nice job by the freshman to keep the senior out. And we've got a 3-second violation.
And we were talking to Billy Godsey before the game about her recruiting and where the players are from, and she said, I don't really care as long as they can play. And they happen to be, like you said, a few from Arizona, but there's a great draw at Iona. It's so close to New York City, so players want to go there, and you can really sell that talking point. It's only 10 miles from New York City. Hop on Metro North train and you're there.
Bingo. Well, it's funny that Lizarazu is from Madrid, Spain, but part of her reason for choosing Iona was because it was the closest of the 3 schools
to Spain.
And of course, you know, you've got JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. You can hop on a direct flight to Madrid and be there in no time, relatively speaking, if she had transferred, like she considered, Texas, El Paso. And getting from El Paso, Texas to Madrid takes a lot longer.
It's impossible to travel from El Paso. There's so many connections, but it's like a 3 or 4 hour trip for her from New York City.
Now, Coach Godsey also said that as soon as Lizarazu made her visit to Iona, she immediately clicked with her future teammates.
And her, of course.
No doubt. Well, that's what she said, too. She said, my winning personality, of course. Coach Godsey and her staff's done a nice job of assembling this talent as they strive for their first ever MAAC tournament championship.
Well, she inherited some players that Tony Pizzella actually recruited. With one of those is Joy Adams, so she did get a few real good ones, but she's done a nice job getting them this far.
No question, when Tony moved on to Seton Hall, Godsey was hired away from Virginia Tech. She'd been a Hokies assistant for a couple of years. She's a Hofstra graduate who actually played her senior year at Hofstra for Felicia Leggett-Jack, and she's the head coach at UB now and continues to be one of her real mentors. Final 20 seconds of the quarter. McClure backing down. Here comes the double team. 10 to shoot. McClure again passing out of the double team right into the hands of Aaliyah Robinson. 4 seconds, 3. Adams to Lewis at the horn. It's an air ball. But the Gales listened to their coach at halftime and implemented that energy. Quinnipiac made a run, but the Gales have pushed back, led by Marina Lizarazu. 41-32, the Gales are 10 minutes away from a MAAC championship. Through 3/4 of the MAAC championship game, Iona leading Quinnipiac by 9. And let's go inside the play for that final possession of the third quarter.
Well, one thing Iona is doing well is they're rotating and communicating properly on the defensive end. You see here, Dupree rotates over with the double team. They're not letting McClure, and if you freeze it here, freeze it right there, you see the bump. This is where Dupree goes over. She bumps number 20 right here. She bumps her over, and then they rotate properly. And this is what's key. And if you look over here, if you stop it again, this is a nice job over here on the opposite side of just anticipating the basketball and getting the steal. And this is just vintage communication, and you know what really makes them a better team. And they never used to focus as much on defense, but they've improved so much throughout the course of the year on that end.
And Julianne, the Iona defense, held Quinnipiac scoreless for the final 4 minutes and 20 seconds of that quarter. They went 0 for 4 and turned it over 3 times.
And they've covered the 3-ball really well. I'm impressed with their coverage behind the arc.
Coming out of the break, a terrific set to find Corinda Dupree. The lead is back to double figures.
And Dupree, if she's able to put some numbers on the board for Iona, it just gives them an extra boost. She typically doesn't get a lot of points, but a nice job that time.
Shoe and no. And the rebound comes to the Gales. And Aaliyah Robinson hands to the point guard, Lizarazu, and she'll take her time.
Quinnipiac's just gone cold.
It's been 5.5 minutes of game time since Quinnipiac scored. Adams to Lewis. Steps inside the three-point line, gets blocked, and a foul is called. It'll go against McClure.
And this is just good rotation, and Corinda Dupree gets left wide open that time. Quinnipiac just lost her inside. And it's important that she gets some touches in there.
First foul on McClure. Lewis misses. All Maria Napolitano and Coach Fabry can do is watch. Napolitano sidelined with the knee injury suffered yesterday. And Coach Fabry just trying to push the right buttons. Lewis gets 1 out of 2.
Well, it becomes difficult when you get so used to playing with someone that's just a leader for you guys, and then their presence is no longer on the floor. Whether Maria Napolitano was scoring or not, she was just out there, and there's that sense of security.
Another one and done for the Bobcats at that end of the floor. Adams. Blocked by Stroutmanet. She goes to the floor to pick up the loose ball. Bobcats with it. And Stroutmanet gets back up, but she is limping once again. She missed the end of the second quarter with some sort of injury. Martucci misfires.
And she hasn't looked the same since, Doug.
Yeah, Chapman is clearly moving with a limp. Not as fluid as she was to start the ball game. And all she's having to do is trying to check an all-conference player in Joy Adams.
Nice hands by Fabry.
Bobcats, as you see, shooting only 28%. And McClure is the only one who's got a good percentage.
But Iona has stuck to the game plan, and they're rotating properly inside.
That was halfway down for Schuin. Offensive rebound for the Bobcats. They go right back inside to Schuin. Draws the contact and banks it home.
And I think that they should continue to go inside and not settle for perimeter shots. They haven't been hitting from out there. And Schuin's pretty solid. And McClure as well. They've got to continue to get touches inside.
Those are their first points in 7 minutes.
Huge drought.
Schuin is a good offensive option in the quarterfinal win Thursday against Niagara. She was 10 of 13 for a career high 24 points. Next Monday, March 14th, is Selection Monday, presented by Capital One. And we'll have the exclusive live announcement of the 64-team NCAA Women's Championship field again this year, 7 Eastern, ESPN, with a bonus hour of coverage here on ESPNU at 8 o'clock Eastern. It's Kevin Nagandi, Kara Lawson, Rebecca Lobo. They'll break it all down for you, and it'll be streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Lizarazu crosses over Martucci, wraparound pass, and Dupree was blocked by Stroutmanet.
But a good idea with the penetration of pitch, and Stroutmanet behind the play, but she maneuvered her body just to get the block.
McClure to the reverse, missed with the left hand. And a foul on the rebound that'll go against Iona. Well, one of these two teams will be in the 64-team field by the end of the day today, and here are the tickets already punched for the field of 64.
That Oregon State game last night against UCLA was a shock to me. I thought it was going to be a closer game, but man, they have been playing so well this season. But this is what we play for. You just don't know what's going to happen in conference tournament play.
That was the third foul on Lizarazu. Martucci with the left hand. She has 11, and it's back to an 8-point ball game. Under 6 minutes remaining.
Quinnipiac here in a zone, and they're really extending this zone, which means they're going to have to hit some perimeter shots here.
Fabry feeds the post. Inside and out they go. McClure tries to find the cutting man, and couldn't.
And what Iona's doing well is they're playing well off the ball. They're not losing offensive players when they're cutting.
McClure has it go out of bounds, but Fabry was the last to touch. Well, apparently last year as a little used freshman, Carly Fabry would call her mom. The coach would just not even say her name, not call her coach. This year she calls her mom. She doesn't call her coach.
She doesn't care anymore, right?
Doesn't matter.
You get in as a freshman and you care a lot more about a lot of things.
Big offensive rebound for Joy Adams, and we've reached the 5-minute mark.
Every possession right now becomes very coveted, so it's really important. Quinnipiac boxes out and puts a body on someone.
Behind the back pass was Razu. Gilmore, tough shot, and the whistle comes. Foul against the Bobcats.
Lizarazu just has this ability to know where her teammates are. It's just so obvious they play with great chemistry.
Timeout on the floor here in Albany, New York. 4:42 remaining in the 2016 MAAC Championship. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Proud to support and equip hundreds of Team USA contenders so they can achieve their Olympic dreams.
Please welcome the Quinnipiac cheer team.
Go to ESPNW to keep track of all your Champ Week highlights. And in the latest Charlie Cream bracketology, he's got 9 SEC teams in. The last 4 in are Purdue, Auburn, Princeton, and Temple. It is that time of year. Julianne Vianney and one of these 2 teams in just a matter of minutes will join that field of 64.
A championship in the balance here. Only one team goes from this conference, so you know that they let it all hang out in this championship game.
Well, Iona is a charter member of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference dating back 35 years, and the Gales have never made it to the women's championship game, and they are in position to here. And oh, by the way, the men's team has made the championship game tonight. They'll face Monmouth here in Albany, so you could have an Iona Gales double.
Wouldn't that be something? I mean, Monmouth has been so dynamite all year at on the men's side, so they're going to be a tough team to beat, but to have Iona win it at both the men's and women's, New Rochelle will be going crazy.
Yeah, we'll be rocking tonight, and you can see the men's game on ESPN. It's 7 o'clock this evening. Joy Adams, by the way, who you just saw, by the way, she has her 81st career double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds today. And there you see the Gales and the Hawks playing for a spot in the men's field of 68. Tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN.
You see here Quinnipiac amping up the energy defensively. They're extending their man-to-man real far.
10 to shoot. Lizarazu with a step on Martucci. Good help defense to make it a tough shot. Bobcats rebound, grabbed by the freshman from Springfield Gardens, New York. Aaron McClure out of Archbishop Malloy High School. Here she goes for 11 points. Tops for the Bobcats. Stropmane can't get the roll. It's been that kind of afternoon for Quinnipiac.
What a hustle with the rebound by Joy Adams. They've done the little things, and that's created big moments. And you're right, Quinnipiac has not been able to make shots. Their shooting percentage today is very poor. It's under 30%, and their three-point shooting percentage is only 20%.
Adams somehow gets that rebound.
And Iona just looks like they want it more. They're first to the 50-50 balls, and that's pivotal.
Now 12 rebounds for that 81st double-double. 5th most in NCAA history. Gilmore. 5 on the shot clock. Terrific set. The Gales knew exactly what they were doing. They said to Dupree, slip the screen, go to the block, we're going to find you.
That was a perfect setup. And you know what? Iona was patient with the basketball. They didn't force up a bad shot. They're taking really high percentage shots. And it's all starting with Liz Arazu. She is making things happen.
Under 2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Quinnipiac has missed 10 of its last 12 shots. Johnson.
Iona's closing out right. They are getting there on the catch, and you've got to give them credit defensively. But this is what Marina Lizarazu is doing. If she's not scoring, she's facilitating. She draws two, and she penetrates and pitches. See the help comes over by Stratmanet, and that backside, McClure's got to drop down and help out. That's where Quinnipiac has really had some hiccups today. They're not dropping down and rotating like we've seen them do throughout the season on the defensive end. And that young lady you just saw, Maria Napolitano, typically anchors the defense. She's a communicator on the defensive end, and you can see that there's a big difference on that end of the floor today without her.
Felicia Gilmore from Memphis, Tennessee. Perfect swish on the first one. In yesterday's semifinal win, she, for Coach Godsey, went for 16 points. Couple of big free throws to build the lead to 14. That's the largest of the afternoon. Bobcats going to have to go quickly. Johnson puts it up, but a whistle comes before the shot, and it's against Quinnipiac.
And things are just not going in Quinnipiac's direction.
Full court pressure by Quinnipiac. They've got to turn over the Gales if they want any chance of coming back. Foul given up in the backcourt. And the reality on the Quinnipiac bench starting to settle in. And on the other side, a lot more energy as the Gales can feel their first taste of the NCAA tournament if they can hang on to a 14-point lead. The 2003 MAAC Rookie of the Year, Joy Adams, calmly connects on the first.
And she is led on both sides of the ball, and Billy Godsey wants the ball in her hands.
And crashing the glass is Robinson, and somehow she gains possession for Iona.
And Iona's practically celebrating right now, and I think somebody just got a technical.
McClure has been called for the technical.
It must have been something she said. So it's a double tech. Just look at this last possession, and you know, this Joy Adams off this miss. You just see Iona, and they're just hustling to every loose ball. They just really seem to want it more today, and I think that win yesterday against Marist gave them the confidence boost that they need. And now you've got a double technical. Dupree and McClure going at it, I think, after that rebound.
And we saw a teaching moment for Coach Fabry with her young freshman, her talented Rookie of the Year, McClure, picking up that technical foul. She continues to talk to her there.
A frustration foul. I mean, you're fighting for your life here. So she's frustrated.
And you see she seems a bit dazed as she goes out. It's a lot to take in for that young lady who's had a terrific freshman season.
And Iona game planned. They really did. They game planned against them. They double teamed, and then they rotated right out of the doubles today.
And the crew chief, Kathleen Lonergan, talking to both head coaches about what the decisions were made on the offsetting technical fouls. And you just got clarification, Julianne?
Yeah, a double technical offsetting. That was what I heard, so it's going to be red on the baseline here. Iona gets the ball.
Under 2 minutes. And the whistle comes. Lizarazu slow to get up.
It looked like Fabry went for the ball. But hard to see from this angle. But I don't know. She looks like she hit her head. Let's look here from this backside. And I don't know. I think that they should review it. She looked like she really tried to shoulder her pretty bad. This could be a flagrant. Surprised they're not reviewing it.
Lizarazu still struggling after that collision. Made the first. She's got a game-high 14 points. The junior from Madrid, Spain, helping to put this one away. The defense for Iona has been stellar. They've done enough on offense. They have built on what was a 10-point halftime lead. And they can feel that first ever trip to the NCAA. Martucci with the bucket. She has 12.
It really comes down to execution and playing your style in this type of game. These teams have seen each other so much throughout the course of the year. Whichever team is able to play their style and their tempo better is the one that wins. And today, Iona has really played so well. And you look back at this foul, and probably Fabry looks like she elbows Lizarazu. I think she got away with something there. It definitely was going up towards the head area when you're going at the shoulder like that.
You certainly could make a case that she was making a play more on the body than on the ball.
It's been a physical game, and Quinnipiac's gotten knocked around a little bit more.
Well, the Bobcats swept the regular season series from Iona, and as recently as 8 days ago, won the game handily. But it's been a much different story in this rematch in the finals. Tiffany Webster just into the game. The senior from Washington, D.C. gets into the scoring column.
And Billy Godsey wants to make sure she gets some of the seniors on the floor here to finish out this ball game.
Fourth foul on Martucci.
Billy Godsey is so calm, cool, and collected. You never see her get too rattled over there. But they can taste it right now.
Ida Avinainen has come into the game. Freshman from Finland for Iona. Fabry, and a foul called. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. Well, this Quinnipiac team has won 19 games in a row. They've got a gaudy 23-7 record overall, and Coach Fabry's team will almost assuredly play another game here this year. They'll get an invite to a postseason tournament.
And they've got two of the top rookies in the conference. She has quite the team to look forward to in the future because she has a really young lineup.
And Joy Adams getting a nice round of applause and a big hug from her head coach on a job well done. Final minute of play here in regulation.
And Joy Adams has had some season. This is the best way for her to end her senior year.
Timeout Iona just to get a couple of reserves into the game. So Kristen Mahoney, a sophomore from the Woodlands, Texas, comes in for the first time. Casey Wortley, a sophomore from Tucson, Arizona, in. And we take a look at our player of the game as play continues here. And there's no question it's Marina Lizarazu.
She had some game. I mean, she played so well this whole tournament. And you just have to give her credit. She picked the right time to peak, and this team picked the right time to peak.
And now the Gales can just dribble it out. Mahoney has the basketball, and the Gales don't need to do anything else. It's taken 35 long years in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, but the Iona Gales have their first ever championship on to the NCAA tournament.
What can I say? The big dance, and they deserved it today. I've watched this team play all year, and this was the best I've seen them play. And they played with so much tenacity, and they did it on the defensive end. This has been a great offensive team this year, but today they did it defensively. They stuck to their game plan, and they finished it out. They never had a letdown in the second half, so kudos to them. And they've got some seniors on this squad that I know are happy to go dancing.
Joy Adams, 11 points, 13 rebounds, her 81st career double-double. But our Pepsi player of the game, Marina Lizarazu, 19 points, 4 assists, 7 for 8 from the line. And defensively, they held the Bobcats to only 30% from the floor.
It's unbelievable. The way they covered the three-pointer today really impressed me. They did not allow Quinnipiac to get a shot off. A terrific job.
So Quinnipiac, the regular season champion, gets knocked off. The 19-game winning streak is over. The Bobcats fall to 23-8. The Gales, for the first time from Iona College, win the 2016 MAAC championship for head coach Billy Godson. That's it for us in Albany, New York. The emotions on one side, the championship on the other. Coming up, we send you to SEC Story Miracle 3.
join MAAC Commissioner Rich Enser to present this year's championship awards. First, let's meet the members of the 2016 MAAC Women's Basketball All-Championship Team. From Marist College, Tori Giroux. From Quinnipiac, Paula Strout-Manet. From Quinnipiac, Aaron McClure. From Quinnipiac, Maria Napolitano. From Iona, Joy Adams. And the 2016 MAAC Women's Basketball Championship Most Valuable Player from Iona College, Marina Lizarazu. And now for the presentation of the championship team. First, fans, let's extend a round of applause to Quinnipiac University for its second place finish in this year's championship. And at this time, let's meet the individual team members from Iona College. Please come forward to accept your team championship award as your name is called. Joy Adams. Ida Avanainen. Triana Clay. Corinda Dupree. Felicia Gilmore. Alexis Lewis. Marina Lizarazu. Kristen Mahoney. Amelia Motz. Cassidy Ranger. Aaliyah Robinson. Casey Wortley. Head coach Billy Gotze. Associate head coach Ashley Kelly. Assistant coach Tatiana
lucky and blessed to do what I do every day with the support that we have around us. President Nair, thank you so much for coming up to support us. Your vision and direction for the college, for our program is amazing, and we absolutely love following it every day. Rick Cole and your staff, giving me my first opportunity to be a head coach. I'm so thankful. I'm so lucky to